Hello. Hello.
Bone Masked Dog thinks you should do 20 squats.
Alright. Okay. I think I'm about ready as I can be. Oh, why is there like droplets of water here? Alright. Wipe my hand down. Do I need to get like another different waste bin? Because I've accidentally left one of them in the kitchen, but I'm kind of using that one still. I'm just gonna... Alright. Wipe this a little bit better. That way it doesn't seem as bad. And then we are gonna go over into this room. We're here. And Bone has already hit the redeem on the, you know, that they want to see me do my 20 squats and such like that.
So 285. Bone, how does it feel to a nut?
Hello.
Hello, Z. Z Doggo, welcome. Bone, welcome. Has anyone else done anything? No, it's just you. It's just you twos for now. Let me get my 20 squats out of the way. The first set is always the trickiest, but that's just because I gotta, you know, fucking wake up and shit. Here we go. Okay, ignore that yawn. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The Musky Dog has
Hello,
added
Jason.
quote number 287. Bone, how does it
6.
feel to be a nut?
7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. Cookie for Z. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. Oh. Thank you for the 20 squats. Ugh, you can delete 280. Oh, because you had a mistake. Wait, what? How does it feel to be... Oh, because you didn't spell it correctly. Oh, okay. All right, yeah, I can delete that. One moment, please. Damn, you've done a shit ton of quotes. Yep, delete that quote, and then I will go into my quotes thing and delete that message. That way it doesn't... That way when you say a lot of funny things, I do. And you're always there to catch them. Alrighty. So we got Jason in. I'm glad I have a moderator with me. We got
Quote
Doggo.
287. Bone, how does it feel to be a nut?
Exactly. So we got Z, we got Bone. Hello. Hang on, I need to start like opening up things. There we go. I need to get Aver Media up and running. I need to see like how far Hello. Run. Hello. Figure out what I need to do, what I need to move.
Hello.
Hello. Man, no one uses the hello like when it's on the waiting screen or anything like that. Although I suppose that's because like I'm still not a popular, successful zebra where, you know, even when I'm starting up and everything like that, no one's, you know, subscribed or what have you at that point, and they're wanting to do conversations. Sorry, I'm moving like screens over to the left and over to the right. I'm moving things all over the place. Okay, I can say I've done those squats done. I did like 160 squats last night. I like look back at like how many times it was redeemed. I did that like 160 squats. Absolute insanity. Ugh. So exhausting. And I dropped like a kilo of water weight from last night, which is pretty good. Because I've been doing intermittent fasting just to try and get my just to try and sort of corral the burger addiction a little bit. So got to be like, you know, going for like a lot of waters and things that don't have like sugar and caffeine in them. You'll make me do more? Of course you'll make me do more. I'm gonna have to... You very much want me to hit my, like, limits, don't you? You very much want... You've seen that, you know, rather than 15 squats and 150 total, you see that there's 20 squats and you're like, ah, yes, we can get him to do 200 squats now. That's what you're thinking, aren't you, Bone? Yes, that's exactly what you're thinking. You need to get other people in on this, Bone. So far, it's just, you know, Jason does it because Jason has, like, all the points in the world as a moderator and such, so it's just sort of like a, oh, yeah, when Jason remembers and shit. You and Noel, you need to get more people. Lol, yep. See, exactly. You need to get more people into this, Bone. Who are you telling about me? You could be like advertising so strongly of, listen, I have a new training program. It's currently in experimental phase, but if you're very introverted and you so happen to stream...
Jason036 thinks you should do 20 squats.
See, You got a new training regime, and it's great for introverts who don't want to leave their home. It's called bullying the streamer. All right, here we go. Another 20 squats. This one is going to feel pretty bad since I have to do this so quickly from the last time I had to do the first set. Here we go. 1, 2. Oh no, this isn't as bad. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I'm counting correctly. 5, and then it goes to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thank you, Jason, for the 20 squats. Oof. Z's just sort of like, damn, how does he do it? Practice. He can't take more. I can take more. I can take more, Z. Don't worry. It's just one of those fun things where when I do this shit, it is going to kind of exhaust me because that's the point of an exercise. Also, I need to change my shirt. Kingdom Hearts, there we go. Now we're in the correct attire for this game. Alrighty, here we go. Let's see. How? And then... Alright, I need to, like, press buttons, like, in different intervals. Ding, dong. And I just realized I haven't updated the, game source to present the, There we go. And then I need to... Here we go. Don't worry about the galaxy zebra in the background. Alright, so... We went through, like, Sora for the grid and the weird, what's-a-mahoozy things? Monstro, that's it. So we've dealt with that one as Sora, so now we have to go through, now we have to go through the grid again as Riku, and then most likely have to do it as Monstro as well. So I have to try and, you know, get through 2 worlds in a quick succession.
Is she gonna make it?
I don't know.
But didn't you write her code?
Not all of it.
But the rest is just beyond me.
She's an ISO. ISO?
A whole new life form. Korra is the last ISO.
Yeah, they're like this
You
weird...
created them?
They're just like this program that just happened by
They
accident.
manifested like a flame. They weren't really from anywhere. The conditions were right, and they came into being. For centuries, we've dreamed of a pure existence beyond our own. I found them in here, like flowers in a wasteland. They were spectacular. Everything I'd hoped to find in the system. Control, order, perfection. None of it meant a thing. The ISOs, they were gonna be my gift to the world. There, good as new. It's gonna take a while for our system to reboot.
So what happened?
Am I understanding the story? Kind of?
Clue happened.
Thankfully, the game has like these mementos, like at least in this one,
Endless potential can never.
the mementos help give me like a hash on like, oh, this is what
Imperfection.
happened and such. So those are being helpful. The Dream Drop storyline, I can't really give a shit about because this just feels like a side quest to give the excuse of, oh yeah, Sora and Riku need to be Keyblade Masters before they can get into Kingdom Hearts 3. But despite the fact they saved the world twice, or several worlds twice, we are going to have you go through a test of strength or some shit in these worlds that have been asleep all this time. It doesn't really matter what happens to these worlds, but they're sleeping and you should really do something about it. And now we have these fucking like Dream Eaters or whatever the fuck.
His single-minded thirst for answers created Ansem. We all have a little of that curiosity in us. So if we're not careful, any one of us could create an Ansem. Great! They found us!
We've been put on a new course.
Cool. These nuts. So yeah, it's just a fun little excursion of like just getting some of the different Disney stories and being like, oh yeah, like sure, we can sit through not a movie and get less than the movie story.
Goodbye.
Cora!
No, wait!
Dun, dun, dun.
She's removing herself from the equation.
We can't just let her go. Yeah.
No. Hold on, Sam. What about getting you to the portal? You shut them down from the outside.
But Cora comes first. And we still have to get back your disc.
Sam, if you chase two rabbits, you won't catch either.
If this is a father-son thing, I won't butt in. But we should probably get back that disc at least, before Clue uses it to destroy the outside world. Come on, Sam.
This looks like a father-son thing that I won't interrupt. So here I go, interrupting it right now.
And get us some wheels.
Wheels? What's your plan?
I'm a user. I'll improvise. Riku, I gotta save Cora too. I know. We will. The dish should be somewhere on the throne ship. I saw it dock here earlier. Over there.
Cool.
All right.
Yep. Alrighty. There we. All right. So we gotta go up onto these things. Oh wait, there's a chest here. Hang on, let me open this. There we go, and we get ourselves some cool... Okay, so we can't climb up that thing. That's annoying. Oh, since when are you guys immune to sleep?
Bowmaster Dog thinks you should do 20 squats.
Radio. Alright, hang on. Let me open this chest. Oh yeah, this is Riku. So in this game, you get to play as Sora and Riku. And the way it works is that you can only play as them for a certain amount of time due to the drop gauge that I'm hiding in my thingy-madiggy. And once the drop, like, you know, reaches empty, then you have to go and swap bodies because you're, like, in this dreaming world or something. So you're both, like, sleeping periodically. Alrighty. Another 20 squats. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Thank you for the 20 squats. What this kid doing here? That's how everyone interprets like Riku and Sora's. They're just like, what is this kid doing here? There we go. I need to see if I can, because I think I have like a stronger version of Zero Gravity. Yes, I do. Zero Gravia. And then... Am I missing any chests? No. Cool. Bink. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see what hacky thing I get. I was hoping for some enemies when that moving spark happened, but I guess not. Wait, is there a... No, there isn't. Okay. Oh, wait, there is that hacky thing. Give me a sec. Yay, my Wibble Bubba is like 22 now. Balloons are OP. It looks like if I can get like, you know, stronger levels of balloon, it will start getting more powerful. So I remember someone recommending that to me in the past. It might have actually been you, or it might have been Urane. One of the two peeps. One of the two peeps might have done it. Ugh, excuse me, nose. Alrighty, so now we're here, and there should be a cool chest for us. There it is.
Yeah.
Open this up. What does it give us? Gravity Strike. Alrighty. Where is Gravity Strike? Here we go. Perform a spin attack that puts some people into zero gravity. Sounds awesome. And also, Z, how dare you say I'm being cute and all that? I am incapable of being cute. It is... Like, look at this rating. Watch. Incapable of being cute. Impossible. Pure fiction. Alright, come on. Why do I need this, like, transition, like, scene? Like, I can just... I know where I'm going. Oh my gosh, look at Bone! 99% cute? You fucking cutie. Alright, let's see, what is this Himbo rating? 62%. Not bad. Pretty good. Real high numbers. Not as high as his fucking cute rating. Also, where is there's the door. Oh, bombs everywhere. There we go. And Chump Block has leveled up as well. Good for you, Chump Block. Alright, where is this taking me? Thank you for the hugs.
Sam, go! Oh.
Rinsler. Also, what happened to this data disk? Like...
What are you doing here?
To the flight deck.
But Clue will be here any minute. We'll never make it.
Don't worry. Riku's here to help.
Because the data disks don't bounce back naturally. You need a surface for them to bounce back from. They're not like Thor's hammer where you can just like pull them back. Here we go. What's this? Block at least 3 enemy attacks. Yep, sounds good to me. Should be easy enough to do. Ow. There we go, challenge complete. I can now finish off all these. Did it! Hey, and Riku's leveled up to level 14. Awesome. I've not yet had to do any, like, off-stream grinding just yet with these two characters. Just because of, like, you know, sometimes it's like, sometimes I just cheese the enemies and what have you here and there. Oh. Oh, a chest! Hang on. Is it a big? No, it's just a small chest. Okay. Alright, let's see what I get. Moving spark, sounds good. Let's see if I can get it. Oh my god, this thing is fucking slow. Never the fuck mind. Bullshit! I didn't even have a chance to properly cure myself. Also, I'm pretty sure I have like a stronger variant of cure that I can use as well. Give me a second. Cura, there it is. Also, I probably need to double check my spirits and see if I can upgrade any of their links. Alright, so this guy has... So HP boost there and attack haste there. So yep, do the H boost here. Is there any other... Yep, let's do the attack boost there. So I'm saving up to get to the combo plus, which will take a bit of time. Opens once you link with this spirit 2 more times. Grants you combat... Grants me Confusion Strike. A magic haste. Attack boost. Link up with the spirit 3 more times. Okay. Grants you the ability Fire Boost. Okay. And then, yeah, I need to link up with that particular spirit, like, you know, however many times. Let me give you a little bit of a rubbing, okay? Let's give you pets. There you go. You happy? Yeah, you's happy. There we go. Can I create any new spirits? Ooh, okay, so I can create a new sheep. I can create the weird lizard. I want to make the panda, is what I want to make. What do I need to make a panda? I need vibrant fancy. Okay. I can make the cyber yog. I can... Most of them are E ranks. I can't make any of the D ranks from the looks of it. Yeah, I can't make any of the D rank characters, which is annoying. Alright. Alright, change party. So yeah, because I've already got, like, most of this guy's things unlocked. So it's about getting... So I need to use chump block more. Oh wait, ability... Oh wait, no, I've already done ability links. Alright, so HP boost, I can do it 2 more times. Fire boost is being maxed. I can unlock more in the magic haste, the attack boost, and the magic boost. And I need to unlock the thingy Madiggy for Leaf Bracer. And that's a Riku only thing. Aerial recovery, there we go. Wait, do I have to... Yep, I have to do this again. I should be better at this one. I can barely see when they fire at me like that. There we go. Gotcha. You think not? You don't remember? That's okay. I don't normally, like, ask too much about this kind of nonsense, so... I like learning as I go along in this game. Cool, I got the royal cake. Excellent. And, ooh, chest. Why do you have to be so far away? There you go. Alright, so we got a high potion. Open this. Alrighty, there we go. Is this gonna be a self-destruct thingy-majiggy? Yep, it's an auto-destruct thingy-majiggy. I forgot my question. I am not that great of a zebra in remembering my conversations and my questions. Switch target. Prize shot. Here we go. Here we go. And I'm picking up more stuff. I don't know what, but it's something. There we go, and I got my link for it as well. Can I self-destruct this thing now? Nope, it's just another switching target thing. Is this gonna... Cool, it does... Yay, let's go with... Wow, very slow and flowy. Let's see, do I get prize shot? Let's see, let's see, let's see. Never mind, I absolutely effed up all that. There we go. Alright, so red gives me fire raid then. Alright. Hit this. And save, because Lord knows that if I don't... Lord knows if I don't, I'm probably gonna have to go back quite a distance. Yep, that's everything I need from here onwards to more of the grid and getting through this nonsense. You can make a combo. Oh. Cool.
This is mine. Had a feeling you'd be here. You!
He just wants to make the perfect system.
The world together. You broke your promise. I took the system to its maximum potential. And now, you see the applications at my disposal.
I don't know if that's one of your applications.
You can leave this one to me.
My job. Commentis. Is this thing meant to be trying to hit me, or? There we go. Time to do reality shifting on this thing. Energy jammer. There we go. I thought it was going to say energy merge for some reason. At least I get fire boosting. And more reality shifting. Another energy jammer. Don't know what these things are doing, but it does something. Okay, this combo is not that cool yet. Oh wait, now it's getting good. Oh, and that's the end of the merge gone. One more reality shift and we should be good. Energy is the pink magic of your partners. Ah, okay. I've already seen, like, here's the thing. I've already seen a lot of the Disney films that they make references to and such like that. Like, Notre Dame, I have most certainly watched, and I very much like the song The Bells of Notre Dame. I've seen both Tron films. I know how Tron I know what happens in Tron. I know who Rinsler really is. And I know at this point, normally, like, Jeff Bridges is like, I need to absorb evil Jeff Bridges, and absorbs him, and it does, like, an explosion.
The thing about perfection is that it's unknowable.
It's unobtainable.
But it's also right in front of us all the time. You wouldn't know that because I didn't when I created you. I'm sorry, Clue. I'm sorry.
He's a fucking program who's like managing the entire grid. I'm pretty sure he's just gonna be able to, like, you know, sit his feet down and do his own thing.
Jason 036 thinks you should do 20 squats.
Clue! Remember what you came for!
Ah! Excuse me.
No.
Yay, we did a switcheroonies.
No. Why? He's my son. Go!
And then he's just gonna reabsorb him.
Dad! Sam! It's time! No!
Sam, it's what he wants.
We learned about this whole re-merging thing could be a possibility in the movie. There is no indicator that he could do this in the game. Like, at best, we know, like, you know, that he used to control the grid and such like that, but then, you know, he lost control because Clue did a coup to him. But only in the movie did we learn of, like, oh, technically Jeff Bridges, like, could reabsorb Clue back into his source, but he likely wouldn't survive the process because of, like, just how long they've been separated and how different the two of them are now. Oh my gosh.
Don't even think about it.
And watch as he gets reabsorbed. It's gonna cause an explosion, too. Well, it better cause an explosion. There we go. There's... I wanted this. I wanted an explosion.
The portal is gone. These gates that connect worlds. Maybe when we pass through them, we're challenged and changed. And it's not over. There are more trials ahead we have to overcome. But we'll be ready, Sora.
Hi there, Timmy! Welcome to the stream! We just finished going through the grid as Riku. I need to do my 20... Cookie!
I've turned this castle upside down.
Hey, it's Axel. I think this is Axel, or the... it's either Axel or, you know, Axel before he was Axel with the little X in there.
Dylan and Evan are conscious again, but still
okay, so these are the people before they turned into Organization 13 members.
Gotcha. Well, I guess I'll give the castle grounds a sweep.
Don't. If they were back, we would have found them by now.
His name's like Ali or something like that without the X. I can't remember what his name was.
I
Leia.
doubt it.
Leah?
When
Okay.
someone who's lost their heart is recompleted, they should return to the place where it happened. And if that world is unavailable for whatever reason, a refuge is made for them in the realm between, a world called Traverse Town. They would be sent there.
Serious? That's how this works?
So look, okay. The fact is, we're here. We've been recompleted, right? So they should be here too. Plain and simple.
I agree.
Or you can just go to Traverse Town like he's saying.
What a drag. Could they not have been recompleted at all?
Well, you see...
Forget it.
Who the fuck is this long-haired dude?
Back myself.
Huh? How exactly?
Why do I always get stuck with the icky jobs?
Door to Darkness. D2D. I'm kind of like... Anywhoosies, I now need to do my 20 squats. I might need to increase like the breaks between them. Just cause like... the frequency in which I do these and then the time it takes for me before I actually get to them. Stretch! They're good guys. I figured they were good guys. Like, this is all stuff that's happening after Kingdom Hearts 2 and we've done all this nonsense. Anyway, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, one more, 20. Thank you for the 20 squats, Jason. The world select is a Mickey... Oh my god, it's like the Mickey... Fuck's sake. God damn it, Disney, why'd you have to do this? Why do you have to keep presenting us fucking Mickey Mouse shit? Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ow. Just hitting everything on my way through. Yay, the ring is open. I can now, like, dash my way through it. Let me just ignore all this shit and try and get through here without trouble. Pain. Literal pain. Hi there, Chaos. Grant, my boy. How's it going? Yay, silver. Prankster's Paradise! Yay, we have to go through this fucking Pinocchio world again. Now, is he gonna have the same issues as, What's-a-Mahoozy had? Dun, 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 dun.
Pinocchio!
Pinocchio!
Where have you run off?
Oh, we're in Monstro this time. What the fuck?
Geppetto? Then this must be...
I thought we would be in the prankster's place, not fucking Monstro again. Also, I can't see a fucking thing. Why is it so dark in here? Oh my god. Why? Why is it so dark? Alrighty, and then... Alright, open this box. Jesus. Thank you. Oh my god. There is no right for it to be that dark. Alright, items. Keyblades. Swap over to dual disc. Oh yeah, I can't absorb items like potions and what have you unless I put them into the fucking, into this thing. So we're gonna use the Drop Me Not.
Okay.
There we go. And then swap that back to our Gravity Strike. There we go. Alrighty, Geppetto, explain yourself. Thank you for the hugs, Jason.
What's the matter?
I don't need an explanation, Chaos. I just want to air my grievances about the fact that we're back in
Riku.
fucking Monstro.
Oh, Riku, you poor lad. Seems you were swallowed up by Monstro just like the rest of us. My name is Geppetto, and I'm looking for my son,
Geppetto.
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio's gone missing?
I'm afraid so. After all my searching, I found him here in the whale. But then he ran off again to who knows where.
That sounds kind of familiar.
Yes.
Mr. Geppetto.
Just
Let
a
me
little
go look
bit.
for your son.
You would do that? Thank you. Are you sure?
Yeah. Leave it to me.
Did you say you
Cool.
were really going to help us find Pinocchio?
Jiminy?
Huh? That's right. Name's Jiminy. Jiminy Cricket. But, shucks, have we met?
No. You know, never mind.
You say so. Anyway, Pinocchio comes first.
Right. Any idea where he went?
Well, I'm almost certain he wandered off with a stranger.
Can you describe him?
I remember he was dressed in a black coat.
A black coat? He's back again.
Oh no.
Thanks.
Well, I'm going with you. Pinocchio's gonna need his conscience, and that's where I come in.
Cool. Any hoosies. Alright, so we got the snake fucker. Alright. We can get all these different kinds of items if we want. Nacho cat. And then a balloon, some candies, different paint guns. Another drop. We can get more drop me nots. I've got like at least 7 drop me nots now, so I think I'm pretty good with all that nonsense. A shit ton of potions. I'm gonna be frank, we can probably sell a lot of these. There we go. Panda! Alright, let's see what the reality shift gives me. Oh yeah, it's the bubble thing. Cool. Alright, what's this link portal? Take damage no more than 2 times. Alrighty. Buy an item to make your panda. Oh! I reckon I'm gonna get the figment from... Oh. And challenge failed. I got hit with damage very fucking quickly. Let's try that again. I probably want to go with Sleepra first. So then that way everyone is asleep once I... Hello, Danny! Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing alright. How are things? Is one of my moderators able to give Danny a shout out? I forgot to, like, inquire on that last time. Get in the fucking thingamaddiggies. Did it! And I did it with no damage this time. If I could have a Keyblade, which one would I want? I like Oathkeeper. Oathkeeper looks really cool. Although I feel like most people would go with the classic, like, Kingdom Hearts key that you see everywhere. Okay, so I can drop there if I want. Alright, let's see if I can create the panda. Vibrant Fancy is what I need. Okay. Alright, let me... Actually, hang on a sec. Ability links. Let me just double check some things. Alright, so I need, like, 200 points for that fella. I need to do a link 1 more time with you. And I need to link 2 more times with... Oh, I guess I have to, like, link onto that thingy-majiggy before I can get to it. Alright, now I need to do the links with you, like, 2 times. I reckon that's how it works. And then it wants you to link up 1 more time. So this gives me Fire Windmill, and this one gives me Fira. I'm probably going to go for the Fire Windmill when it gets down to it. Alright. Alright, let's have a look. So we're looking for Vibrant Fancy. There is no Vibrant Fancy. Alright, use that just to really quickly heal. And through the hole we go. You doing okay? You're just game testing? Ah, neaties. I'm just marathoning through this shit. Riku levels up once more, which is good. This place tells me I need to be a combat level of like 18 or something, and it's like at best I am 15. Alright, and then that's Wondrous Thing. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. There we go. Go. Oh, I don't get anything from breaking those, I see. Wee. Vibrant Fancy! Hey, I needed one of those. Alrighty. Hang on a second, and then open this chest. Giving me a shield cookie. Alrighty, let's see. Can I make my panda? Yes, I can make the panda now. Okay, hang on. I need to turn on a certain redeem. I need to unpause the redeem, because what we can do is I can leave it up to my chat to pick a name for this panda. Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna give it... Oh, I can give it additional magics. Additional health. Let's see. Sliding dash, strike rate, circle rate, thunder dash. I think I'm gonna give it thunder dash. Create this spirit? Yes, I will. You only come to say hi for a bit. You're heading out for dinner. I'll be back in time. You'll join you, but for now, bye. Not to worry. You have a wonderful dinner, Chaos. Hopefully you have a wonderful time. Alrighty. Here is our panda. We can give our panda a name if we want. Remember, it has to be a maximum of 11 characters. Any more than that, and you're, you know... What we gonna call him? That's dependent on the viewers, because I have opened up the channel redeem. I really wish it could, again, it's a redeem, Z. I really wish, like, it would stay on the view of the panda rather than, you know, going immediately to asking, but it is what it is. I have to deal with this dumb nonsense. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Unless someone's done the redeem. Nope, it's just been squat redeemed so far. Again. Where is it? It should be... Po, like panda from Kung Fu Panda. Po. Po is just 2 letters. It's not 2. It's just 1. That's Po. Give me a second. Let me confirm this. Kung Fu Panda Po. Kung Fu Panda Po. Yep, Po is just P-O. Thank you, Chaos, for the suggestion. Po. Shush you. Yeah, shush you. Alrighty, let's see. We can create a... Maybe I'll just create some other spirits just at the, like, speed. Just so then that way we have them at the ready. Because I need to go through these, Mijiang? That is quite a name. Alright, hang on a sec. So the Tama sheep is now gonna be called Mei Jiang. Give me a second. Where is the M? M E I space X I A N G. Yes, it's a sheep whose name is Mei. Mei Jiang. Why do I feel like you just gave me a... Looks like you and off to a great start. Excellent. So yeah, and then... What do I need? So this cat is a D rank. What do I need for that one? Dulcet Fancy. Okay. And then this is a D rank, which requires a lot more fancies. Wait, I have... What do I have that I have, like, 20 of? Rampant Figment. Oh, my goodness. And then there's a new key. Awesome. All right. Menu, change party. Now, I am... Actually, no, hang on. I still want to change party. I just need different info. No, not the rename. Here we go. All right, so I still need to do combo plus with the Wibbles. This guy is the Fire Wheel and the Fira. This one I can probably swap out for the Panda. Because the Panda has, like, all these boosts that I want to get through. Ooh, and a mini block. Plus, look at it. He's only, like, level 14. If you do a dog, please do my name. Alright, hang on a sec. I now need to pause the name that spirit. So then that way it doesn't get redeemed before the next rename. Alright, so Mei Jing. I'm gonna refund Jason for Whiskers the cat. Because didn't end up making the cat. So, alright, what does this person have? Sleep, Sleepra, Sleepka, Slow Block, and a few other boosts. It's a Boxer. And it can do Shining Hammer, Fire Raid, and this one does Shining Hammer as well. And I want to up it because of the blocking. There we go. All right, let's see, where does it like getting... It likes getting pets on the belly! Excellent. There we go. Grappler. There we go. Yay, it likes it. All right. Wait, I should have like some toys or something, shouldn't I? No, not training toys. There we go. Let's try. Oh wait, no, that's a paint gun. Tasting. Select a treat icon from the bottom of the screen to feed your things. If you're reluctant to accept your gift, return to the playscape and try touching the treat icon with the hand icon. Alright, let's try this thing. Yay, he liked that. Alright, let's throw this at you. And then this over here. And then this over here. Okay, so the food is like... fun shit. Okay. Confetti candies 1, 2, and 3 boost strength. Shields boost defense. Chocolates boost magic. And ice cream cones... Oh wait, so chocolates are magic resistance, ice cream cones are magic themselves, and the royal cake boosts any of the stats. Okay. Alright, let's see how this goes. Let's see what it likes. Oh my god, look at the snake. He's just like trying to fucking swallow a giant cake. Oh, he has a cape too. Oh, that's a good eyes, Z-Doggo. All right, let's throw some magic. Look at this snake just eating things whole. All right, and then... I like that they also get LP for it as well, and it looks like they get at least like 10 LP apiece. So, okay, close to. Poe doesn't really get that much. Alright, let's have a look at the ability links now. So yeah, so for 30 points, we get, you know, a new sleep. This guy needs to join one more time. I need to get like 60 more points, and then I can unlock both of these things, and he can be retired. Yay, Circle Raid. And then... let's go with a HP boost. Create a reaction to the link board. Secret route opened. Oh, hell yeah. This would give me bind, an item boost. Then I need to reach level 20 with him. And then gives me combo plus. Awesome. Alrighty, this should be good. Alrighty. Moving on. Alright, let's have the two big let's have the big boys. At least I'm getting more vibrant fancies from here. And my panda is helping me out. Why do you have to, like, float halfway through the ground? Fucking massive. Whee! Jump. Whee! And this is a giant chest, which is either going to give us an ability or a new schematic. Sir Kairu.
Blue Foxy Nicey Icy thinks you should do 20 squats.
Oh, hello, Blue. Welcome to the stream. Glad to. Oh shit! I just fell down a hole. We're playing Dream Drop Distance. Oh my god! Is that your new emote where you're just like, you know, crazy Wojak eyes, ready to steal shit? All right, let me. Once I'm out of this combat, then I'll start doing my 20 squats. Yay, my defense has increased. There we go, and then open this. You stealing? You can't steal shit! Alrighty, let me do my 20 squats. What the fuck would you be trying to steal from me, Blue? Oh, shit, I need to stretch. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Alright. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're not stealing my lands. I'm not playing MTG. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thank you for the 20 squats, Blue. And you know what? Shout out to Blue. They stream now. They're no longer doing, like, you know, 20 different... They're not moderator to 20 different subs anymore. They're still a moderator to 20 different streamers, but they are now also streaming themselves. There we go. Can I just absorb barrels? No, I guess not. Alright, is there any benefit? I guess well, I can always just, like, jump up. There we go. Yep. Okay, balloon is really good if it's like bunched up like that. Clovis made a lot of bad decisions. Oh, did you take like a lot of Clovis's lands or something on the spell table? Hi there, Furry Cures. Welcome to the stream. I got your Twitter message. I was honestly surprised I got it from like my GrantZeebs Twitter account rather than the Grant Twitch Twitter account. Although a part of me feels like at some point I might just need to combine the, make it so that the GrantZeebs Twitter account is linked to this instead of Grant Twitter. Because as much as I love, like, Booba and shit like that, I kind of don't like the dissonance. I don't like the dissonance of having, like, you know, my name GrantZeebs across all my platforms. But as far as Twitch is concerned, I have to have Grant Twitch linked. You have a Twitch Twitter account? Yeah, so I have a Twitter account that's linked to my Twitch just for the purposes of, like, alerts and what have you. And whenever Twitch is gonna... if it... Oh, I had to avoid taking damage. That's right. I forgot to do that. All right, let's try that again. 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right, this should make it a little bit easier. All right, is there anyone else? Damn it. All right, get out of that challenge. I almost had it. Yeah, Clovis, he does art and sometimes he streams too. All right, I'm gonna hit the cure on myself shortly. There we go. And then...
Go suck a lemon.
You go suck a lemon. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. Hopefully, because I have, like, my enemies there, it will be helpful. Alrighty.
Icy is cute, Guru.
Yes, Icy is cute. You should definitely believe Icy being cute. Damn it. Alright, exit out of that again. I want to try and succeed on the challenge. Also, why are you licking me? Why are you making Z lick me? Yunk. Where was I in my train of thought early? Oh yeah, the two separate Twitter accounts. I have one Twitter account that's like my actual, like, GrantZeebs and what have you. But the thing is that I share sometimes memes in that, but I also share, like, a lot of lewd shit. Which, because I like that shit. I like boobies. What is it? Final blow. Oh, okay. Like, here's the thing, is, like, I like booba quite a bit, but it's like, I don't exactly want to get in trouble for retweeting too much booba. So, but a part of me is like, I'm not retweeting that much booba, so I bet if I, like, combined my accounts and what have you... Ow, fuck you. There we go. Poe is in trouble. Yes, I see that. And the challenge has failed again. Oh my god, I get close and rapidly tap. Yep, there we go, there we go. Alright, hit the Cura again. And I have to wait for the Cura this time. God damn it. Is there any ability links I can unlock? Alright, so... Magic Haste, Magic Boost. Alright, let's go with the Magic Haste, just so I can get through shit quicker. Water Screen will be good too. And, yep, let's see what it unlocks. Oh my god, a lot of good shit. Alright, so we get Balloon, HP Boost, the Stop Block, the Magic Haste, and more Magic Haste. Cool. Alright, what do we get from you? We can get Attack Boost, or maybe we can get a Bind Block. This gives us Bind. This gives us an item boost. This one wants us to link up twice. Alright, we'll unlock that, just so then that way that starts doing counts.
Please don't put me in financial ruin.
Yeah, please don't. I try oh so hard not to be in financial ruin. Hey! Alright, can I unlock this? No, I need to be unlocked one more time. Should be easy enough to do.
Quote 33. I have no other friends.
Okay, so both of them are links, so if I really want to... Alrighty, and then hit the Cura again. Alright, get the Sleeper at the ready. Yep. 2, 1, 0. And then... And the challenge has failed again! Alright, and what's more is... I can do this. I can do that challenge without, you know... Like, it's gonna be possible, okay? Alright, hit that. There we go. And then... Let's see, what else do I have? So, create electrical that stuns some surrounding ground forces. Drain Drive. Punish far away with a charging attack. Around you, causing it to strike and bind surrounding foes. Okay, let's give that a try. Let's change from Fire to Fira. Alright, so we should be on the good stuff at this point. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Alright, so both of you are up here now, which is good. Alright, hit the Cure. Yep. One more... Let's try this. Remember to hydrate and stretch? Will do. Yay, my affinity has increased with Poe. Alrighty, and now... Kira. Oh, the challenge failed already. God fucking damn it. Well, at least I'm up here. Make a new strategy? This is the strategy, okay? If I get them to sleep early, then is using his belly to attack like in the movie. Yeah, it is. Alrighty, and then... Still winning the challenge. And then he's the only one left. Did it! I knew what I was doing. First try. First try after, like, however many attempts. There we go. Challenge completed. We got ourselves a lofty fantasy and some candy goggles. Awesome. Alrighty. Now to get out of this. Alright. Jump. And also I need to hit the cure on everyone. Oh, hey, Pinocchio.
Let him go now.
Now, that's either Ansem or Xehanort or, you know, some sort of, like, you know, mixture of the two.
Thank goodness. Are you all right? Riku and I looked for you everywhere.
Uh-huh. I'm just fine.
Yep.
Sorry,
did it.
Jimmy.
Oh, yeah, because you did a hydrate redeem, like, 12 minutes ago. I am so sorry. I did it.
Pinocchio, I think you just might be finally starting to learn.
Who are you?
It only took him, like, a couple movies. Oh my god, it's you! Actually, I'm kind of surprised there myself. What the, like, is it because this is Monstro's memory and it, you know, because you're in their memory or they'll, like, dream you?
I gave in to the darkness once, and ever since, it's chased me around in one form or another.
And now you must be... You are a victim to the darkness now.
A puppet replica of the shadows in my heart. And now, I'm facing me.
Your dark side?
Gee, Riku, don't you have a Jiminy like I do? He's my conscience. He's taught me all kinds of important stuff. Maybe you just need somebody to show you what's right and wrong.
Maybe you just need a conscience.
You can't shoulder all your problems alone, you know. You must have somebody. A friend you can talk to?
Yeah. Actually, I do. That stupid grin he's always wearing. He's the best teacher I could ever have.
Gee whiz, I wish I had lots of good friends.
You will, Pinocchio. More than you can count.
What now? Is something in there?
Pinocchio, Jiminy, you should head back. I'll see what's shaking things up.
Okay.
Muddasaur's live. Hang on, are they actually live, or am I just, like, really behind on the times? Yay, chain of memories! Alright, maybe this is gonna tell us Riku's side of the story. Here we go. Story time! Sora, Donald, and Goofy have been searching for Riku and King Mickey for some time before Sora came face to face with a man in a black coat who guided him to a place called Castle Oblivion. There, the man gave him a card which he said was constructed from Sora's memories. Sora and friends began exploring the worlds within this and other cards like it. Marluxia, the man in the black coat and a member of the organization, was using the powers of a girl named Namune to manipulate Sora's memories and take control of Sora's Keyblade. Serving the organization were nobodies, a special type of being created when a person's heart was stolen and only their body and spirit remained. As Sora made his way through the castle, his memories of Kairi were replaced with those of Namune. He had to fight Riku, who appeared in his dark form and claimed Namune was his to protect. Sora won out, and Riku vanished. One by one, Sora defeated the organization members who stood in his path. One of them, Axel, proved more slippery than the others and seemed to be neither friend nor foe. Sora also learned that the Riku he had fought was just a replica manufactured by the organization. With this Riku replica's help, Sora was able to strike Marluxia down. Namune confessed to Sora what she had done, but he did not hold it against her. She offered him a choice. He could either put his scattered memories back the way they were and lose all memory of this castle, or keep his memories the way they were now. Sora chose to keep his to get his old memories back by going into a deep sleep until they could be repaired. But first, he promised Namune she would not be forgotten and that they would meet again. Meanwhile, Riku has found his way out of the realm between light and darkness. Led by the mysterious voice, he made his way to Castle Oblivion, but the voice turned out to be Ansem's. Riku made his way through the castle, battling Ansem and the darkness within him at every step. The organization had also noticed the darkness in Riku's heart and sought to use it for their own ends. While facing Lexias, one of the organization's members, Riku was forced to summon the darkness within him and succumb to it. But somewhere far away, he heard King Mickey's call out to him. Knowing King Mickey was watching over him, he gave Riku the strength to press on through the castle. With the power of darkness proving too great a temptation, Riku again seemed ready to be overtaken by Ansem. But this time, King Mickey came to rescue his rescue in person. The king gave him a special card. Inside the card world, he discovered that the Ansem he had been fighting was actually a man named Diz. The man told Riku to find Namune and disappeared. Before Riku could reach Namune, he was confronted by the Riku replica. The real Riku won out, and the replica seemingly vanished. Namune offered to lock away Riku's memory of Ansem, but Riku knew he had to face the darkness in his heart himself. He prevailed over Ansem and departed Castle Oblivion with Mickey by his side. From then on, he resolved to shoulder both light and darkness and walk the road to dawn. Oh my fucking god. Sora just has like this fun, oh, we're just having a little filler. We're just, you know, going through a little filler episode. Don't worry about us too much, yada yada. Meanwhile, fucking Riku is like, I must shield myself from the darkness, but I so easily succumb to it. I guess my only option is to try and make a perfect balance between the two. What a fucking tryhard. What a tryhard. Alright, hit the save on that. I have so much monies. This is a good thing. Yay! Alright, hopefully we get through Monstro relatively quickly. Oop, didn't mean to jump that. Open this. Thank you. What's this? No, I do not want to borrow the spirits. Oh no, everything is upside down. Yay! Oh. Well, that was useless. Alright, into Monstro's gullet. Sora kills people? Sora doesn't kill people! Don't be ridiculous. Alright, another Vibrant Fancy. And I want to change from Po. I want to change Mingjing out, so then that way I can get my Snake. Because the Snake is really close to leveling up. Alright, am I going the right way? Hopefully so. There we go. Hopefully this is a case where I just do need to just get out to the previous place. Where's my snake? There you are. There we go. Oh my god, my drop rate is like 2.5 times. I didn't realize it was gonna be that high. Also, what the fuck are candy goggles? There we go. Open this chest. Hey, I'm level 18 now. Excellent. Sora kills people and Riku is just like being emo. Riku was killing people as well. Alright, hang on a sec. I need to double check what in the world... Oh my god, why is it so dark here? There we go. Yay! Alrighty. Hopefully this is the right direction. Wait, where'd Geppetto go? Oh my god, I have to, like, do things so manually while it's so fucking dark in here. Alright, hang on a sec. I can get to that, just... Oh my fucking god. I can get to that chest, just you wait. There we go. See? Easy. No! 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 Oh my god, no! It was just for a balloon. Oh my god, I am just running blind. Like, I don't know, like, does this look dark to you, chat? Like, how I'm just barely seeing the environment, and then I'm just seeing these chests, like, all over the place? Like, are you seeing that too? Oh my gosh. Also, I need to do my command thingy-majiggy and... drop me not. There we go. Okay. There we are, and then swap it back out from the drop me not to the circle raid. Alright, so clearly I'm not meant to be here. I'm meant to be somewhere else. Dark Souls, question mark? I don't think he, like, Alright, this is gonna sound weird, but I feel like a lot of Kingdom Hearts players have actually thought that, you know, the Kingdom Hearts franchise would benefit from the Dark Souls genre of the stamina-driven combat. Because I think that's what makes, like, mechanically speaking, I think that's what makes Dark Souls, is stamina-driven combat. Because your magic is, like, it's all resource management. And, you know, magic obviously has, you know, a magic gauge and shit like that, which, you know, sure, we all use that. But I feel like the combat in Dark Souls is all managed via the, by the fact that you're using stamina, like, as a resource. And I feel like stamina-based combat is probably the best way to describe Dark Souls without just going with the generic, oh, it's a Dark Souls-like. Get me out of here. Get me out of this ice cube. Thank you. My affinity has increased with Meijing. Excellent. Open this. Thank you. Hello. Hello there, Ulif dummy. I don't know how to pronounce your name. It's like, it's kind of tricky. There's no capital letters or anything like that for me to rely on. Yep. Zero gravity. Get fucked. This is what I want. Hell yeah. Fucking fire, baby! Excellent. Alright, back this way. Jump. Alright, reality shifting, dummy, and that's it? Cool. Alrighty, dummy. Are you called dummy because you're, you know, dumb dummy, or are you dummy thick dummy? These are very important questions. Alrighty. Oh, okay, hang on a sec. So they want us to flip this upside down in order to swap.
Fire! Heal! Hit! Yeah!
There we go. Alright, so this is what we're after, right? Yep, cool. And then, wait, how the fuck is there an acid bath while we're upside down? Wouldn't the acid, like, be... Never mind. Alright. So this is the area I didn't, you know, properly traverse. Oh, acid. Alright, open this. Thank you. Yay, Poe leveled up. Good for you, Poe. Although, now you're just being angry. Alrighty. There's probably a better way to traverse all this, but this is the way I'm going. They probably don't expect me to traverse in this manner, but I will. Kingdom Hearts music be in your mind to make more. Nah, it's not in my mind. Like, it's just there in the background for me for music. I like the beeps and the boops. Ding, ding, ding. Get out from under the surface. Fucking clowns. Yes. I'm dummy thick. Alrighty. Okay, so there was an opening there, but I feel like... Alright, what's here? Okay, so we can go upside down here. There we go. And then... Yunk. Open this chest, which gets us another Drop Me Not. And now the acid is like so. And then... There we go. So, because I'm pretty sure we got all the, And I'm just slowly damaging myself. Damn it. Can't heal myself. Let's just skip all that. Let's skip all that nonsense. Ding dong. Oh. Break him. Fight him. And did I even... Oh, I hit some peeps. That's good. Oh my god, this stadium is huge. Alright, what's this thing? Land at least 10 attacks while linked. Oh, thank goodness. I already have a thingy-madiggy that's ready to be linked, so this should be easy. Yeah, it canceled the thingy-madiggy because I don't have Leaf Bracer yet. Excellent! When you hit multiples at the same time, it counts them as individual attacks, which is good. Also, I'm gonna need to use another Drop Me Not at some point. So yeah, but yeah, I am very thick. If they are thick, please say yes. Dummy will... Dummy will, like, say whether they're, you know, just, you know, smarts, if they're, like, brains dummy or body dummy. They'll tell it in their own time. All right, manipulate this thing again. Pull out the drop me not, because I am going to try and breeze through all this nonsense as Riku. I don't want to have to drop in and out to do this nonsense. Alrighty, and... Can I do anything new with the ability links with my Flame Flora fella? Yes, I can. And I have everything I need to get... So there's the Fire Windmill, and then there's Sphera, which means all this is completed. I no longer have to... Ooh, deck commands. Nope, that's not what I meant. Spirits, ability links. Alrighty, and then here's Poe. And we can get Aerial Slam from him if we open up this. Okay. Grants you the combat ability, Aerial Slam, which is what we want. And now we only have 20 points left, which means we can't use anything. Alright, Sheeple, what can you give us? This gives us Balloon to HP boost, whereas this gives us Magic boost. Alright, so we're gonna go with the Balloon, and then get it to HP boost, so now we have even more. And we can also get ourselves Stop Block. Hell yeah. And then... Alright, so we no longer have to use Chump Block anymore. Change party. So we go from Chump Block, where we've unlocked everything. We're gonna go back to Buffer, because Buffer has Leaf Bracer, and if we can unlock Leaf Bracer, we might also be able to get Curaga. So this would be good. Alrighty. Let's get some training toys. Your spirits will bounce balloons towards you. Tap the thingy-madiggy in the responding area to bounce them back. Tap as the arrow appears for more points. Try to wait until the last possible moment. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Here we go. Oh my god. Oh. I do not have, like, the perfect interpretation of where I have to tap. Alright, can we get to 100? Yes, I think we can get to 100. Awesome. Oh my goodness, there's so much fucking tapping to do! Oh my god, so much fucking tapping. Yay, 195. Alright, that gives them plenty of experience. What does this do? Move your cursor and press to use the treat. The type of treat they want. Throw candy in the box to fill it up. Oh my god, there's so many different minigames. Alright, so they want red one, blue one, and blue one. There we go. Why do you have to move so fast? There we go. Okay, I think 100 points is a very easy number to get to with this, but, you know, it's what it is. Finished! 580 points. Excellent. Gives them a lot of love. Awesome. Alright, now let's just do the cakes. Strength 2. Poe's disposition has been changed to Boxer. Excellent. Let's see, will they get their treats? Yep, so you get 16 LP. Come on, Buffer. Buffer. There we go. Buffer. Don't you want a treat, Buffer? Buffer. There you go. Here's another treat for you, Buffer. You just got a shot of Riku's ass? Was not paying attention to Riku's ass, I'm sorry to say. Yay! And we got the achievement Happy Campers for our troubles. Alright, let's see. How do we go with Buffer? So Buffer has 146 points. And in order to get Leaf Blazer, we need 300 points. Oh my goodness. We need so many points for him. Alright, and then once we get to him, we then need to open that at level 25. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're gonna have to keep Buffer on for a little whiles. Yes, I understand that I needed to take care of him. Okay, I think I need to get up to that thingy-madig. Bonk. They were not expecting me to be able to do this, were they? Alright, so that flips it upside down. And we have an entirely different course to get through. Yes, we do. Oh, hey, a chest. And I completely missed him. There we go. Oh my god, just so much free-flowing movement. You need to take care of him? I'm taking care of Buffer. I just haven't used him in a while, okay? It's all just gonna be a very long, lengthy process of taking care of him is all. Alright, and then hit this, which flips us back upside down again. Oh, you know what? You know what? Let's be a little bit cheeky here. Yeah, they weren't expecting me to do that. Awesome. Alrighty. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Oh my god, how big is this place? How are you, bro? You hydrated yourself and stretched? Yes, I did hydrate myself. Thank you very much for that. Alright, save. Save this again. We are now level 19, and we're in the cavity of Monstro's belly. This takes us somewhere we haven't been before. Oh my god, fucking cancerous lasers. Oh, it's the crab again. Yep, it's the weird electro crab thingy-maboogies. Defeat the Char Clobster.
Take this!
I have a lot of like AoE and status related spells that I probably need to swap out from this one. At least the Link does like relatively good damage. Alright, that's just being unfair. Oh, but the balloon does a lot. To a singular enemy, the balloon does a lot. All right, let me heal use and flips us upside down, which is what we want. Stop running around, please. Got him. I now see how balloons can do overpowering nonsense. I understand now. I totally understand now. 100%. It is absolutely crazy.
I thought I was only sent into the past, on the Destiny Islands. So why does it seem like time was rewound in this world too?
Because we're in the fucking dream world. Oh my god.
Freed from darkness, is yet to wake from it. It's trapped.
We're always just like making the wrong. Never mind. Is there some way for me to turn off like the? Because like the face motion just has like a really hard time dealing with my like loading face and what have you, and I'm wondering if I can just turn it off from doing a 3D display or something. Let's see. Because there's got to be a way to make it just like a lo-fi thingy-madiggy, so then that way it's not, you know, trying to make a high detailed face. Enable head rotation, smooth motion behavior, reset button, streaming settings, switching UIs, update information. Now, all right. I just need to go for like this flat. Your 3D model looks fine. No. It's not. It's less about me and more about like my the iPhone I use for the AR tracking, because sometimes it might start to lag, and if it does, then it's using more CPU power, which means it grows hotter, and because it's charging, it's also trying to, you know, keep the battery awake, so there's even more chemical reaction. Basically, if the camera runs too hot, then it's gonna, you know, want to go shut down and be like, sorry, maybe you should, you know, tone down and, you know, wait for us to cool down before you keep going.
I hope so is okay.
Oh, he's fine. Don't worry.
Fine as long as Riku's with him.
Yeah.
Huh? You don't think? No. Master Yen said.
Look, it's a raven.
Uh-oh.
That raven is Maleficent's.
What's it got?
Yeah, it's got a crown.
Why, that's Minnie's.
Oh, that's Minnie's. Okay, that's a problem. Huh, thank you for the boops.
Huh?
Gorge, what's it say?
It's from Maleficent. She's kidnapped Minnie.
She took Queen Minnie?
The letter says for me to return to Disney Castle, or else.
Mickey, there is no
Sorry, I just needed to
time
check in on
waste.
Muddasaur.
Okay.
Muddasaur got
You fellas
engaged,
stay
which is
here.
really cute. Them and Skooma were in Japan or something, just having a fun little adventure, and then Skooma just like goes,
Guess you're
bam!
right, pals.
Wedding
We
ring.
Friends need to stick together.
So, sweet for
Master
them.
Yen said, we'll be back.
Good luck.
The timing is too perfect, too calculated. Maleficent must sense a change in the forces of darkness.
Is that because you can sense a change in the forces of darkness as
Change
well, Yen Sid?
Like Xehanort.
All right, so we got all three. We got all those three done. All right, so it looks like we got another 2 worlds to go. Wait, why can't we go any? Do I have to go all the way back here for Traverse Town for some reason? Yep, I have to go back into Traverse Town. All right, time to dive again. Ready, set, dive. Rack up to 300 prize points before reaching the goal. Yep, noted. Alrighty, and then... Mega Flare is useful. And then we use this to... Yay, finished. You're talking a lot to you because you're like that and you love to talk and hear other people talk too? No, fair enough, fair enough. I'm fine with people being chatty in the chat and, you know, asking questions from time to time. I'm just one of those, like, introverted kind of peeps where it's like, if there's a subject matter, oh, I'm probably gonna rant for a long fucking time about it, but otherwise, I might not be too ranty because, you know, introverted brain and I'm, like, putting a lot of focus onto nonsense. All right, cool. Can I visit this? Yes. Cool. I don't have to dive in to visit them. I can just visit. Good. I was worried I had to actually dive, which would be very annoying indeed. We're back in Traverse Town.
Why am I back?
You make it sound like as if you didn't go here of your own free will.
Nice of you to join us.
It's sunny.
Trouble happened. I was hoping one of you could help.
And here's our, like, you know, ambiguous
Bravo,
Joshua.
Riku. Why can't he be this quick on the uptake?
Yeah, well, Sora's a little...
Now, let's get down to the problem. We've got a nasty Dream Eater on our hands. It keeps jumping between worlds.
Oh, does it
Not
now?
only that, it knows how to summon creatures like it. Pretty powerful ones, too. The others are on a mission to stop it. But they
You're extrovert too? No. Because extrovert people, they gain, like, socializing and such like that, you either gain energy or you exert energy to socialize and such. Introverts they can socialize and what have you. We're social creatures from the get-go. The difference is that introverted peeps, like myself and some peeps on the internet and, you know, what have you, they, like, energy is used up to socialize. It's not like a system where they're gaining energy the more they conversate, so if they're not really doing anything and they're just chatting, they're going to gain energy and be back into doing things. Introverted people, however, they're utilizing more energy to converse with people than, you know, just sort of, you know, absorbing information and what have you.
Wrong how?
It's all personal experience, because you can have very vocal introverts and you can have very timid extroverts. The difference isn't, you know, how loud or how softly spoken there are. The difference is how do they, like, what happens to the energy in the conversation. If they're gaining more, it's extroverted stuff.
And when Beat's partner crossed over from the other side, she had less time left.
So time flows differently here and there?
Oh my goodness, why are we looking at the numbers?
That's true of any two worlds. Their homeworld would be running on a different time axis too.
Yes, I understand that. But if these Traverse Towns were parallel worlds, then time would flow the same in both. But
they don't.
Ergo, they are not parallel worlds.
You mean there's a past and a future?
No, impossible. The worlds are clearly separate. It's not just time that sets them apart. As you yourself noted, every world flows at its own pace, which tells me that for all their similarities, these are two distinct worlds.
Distinct worlds?
Yes, but this is all conjecture. It's like the same world imagined by two people. What does that tell you? That we're in...
a dream.
Yes. Bravo again, Riku. In which case, none of this may matter one bit to me or my friends. But to you and Sora, I think it might be a vital clue.
Right. Thanks. So you need me in the plaza?
Wow. I'm running out of Bravos.
Be right back.
Okay, so... in the Fountain Plaza. Okay, so that's like District 3, which I can't get to from here. I have to go the long way, apparently. Dun, dun, dun. I hope I don't have to... Oh, hang on. Hit the save on this. Thank you. I'm back in the first district. There's new items to purchase. Excellent. We can get Mega Potion if we want. When air sliding, perform a charging attack that sends enemies flying. Ooh. New recipes. Yes, please. And then we have paint guns to turn spirits into different colors. We got Vibrant Fancy this time, which is good. Sure, let's just grab a shit ton of Drop Me Nots, because those have actually been very useful. And then, let's see, so we've got 2 strike rates, 2 circles, several aerial slams, Fire, Blizzard, 0 Gravia. Alright. Can I make a spirit? Yay! Maximum HP increases the forecast. Alright, so I've made those 3. I've made the Prickle. I've made the Heppy. Sir Creo, this little guy stands by their comrades, and they've got a sword and sorcery down, but a douse of fire will melt their courage. Okay. Alright, let's make a frog. And we're gonna give him... Alright, I think I had plenty... Yep, I have multiple fires I can give him, which gives him magic and fire resistance. Sir... Oh, wait, hang on. There's an advertisement going off. Ah! Ah! Once the advertisement is done, I'm gonna get another sip of water. Just give me a second. Lovely. Bum 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 brum. 3, 2, 1. All right, cool. Hopefully some people... Here we go. We're making a frog. And you're able to name this spirit. Be sure to use the 100-point channel redeem, name that spirit. I might make the naming thingy-majiggy cheaper, because I feel like 100 might be a little too much. We're naming this frog. Again, Z-Doggo, you gotta use the redeems. I'm not taking your suggestions without using the redeems. We know how these things work. Dun, 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 dun. Is there a cooldown timer? Yes, there's one of like 10 seconds. All right. Gonna hit OK on that. All right, I see crops. So we're gonna go with crops. K R O P S. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jason. I'll refund you that one. And we'll accept crops. Yay. And he's got like a little short sword and shield, which is really cool. Alrighty. Let's give you a little pets. There we go. Alright, ability link. Let's check it out. 150. Still not close enough. This guy, however, has 100 points, and we can do it to bind, and then to an item boost, and we'll unlock the combo plus once he reaches level 20. Cool. Alright, what about you? What have you got? 100 points, do that, and then it's 100 points to all these different things. Alright, let's put it into Magic Haste. There we go. So yeah, Buffer isn't gonna be... Alright, let's change the party around. So we've still got a few things with you. We've got quite a bit from you. I might... So yeah, I'm gonna swap you out for good old Froggy over here. Alright, let's give you a little bit of a... Let's see, do you like the belly rub? Nope, you don't like the belly rub? Okay. There we go. Okay, he likes the top of the head by the looks of it. Yep, top of the head is the best one. Alright, let's go with some foods. Alright, we got a lot of food somewhere. Alright, let's throw all this defense stuff. Come on, you want to eat more, right? Yay, Buffer's picked up more defense food. Crops has also picked up a little more. Let's give you a little bit of magic resistance. And... let's... Come on, you guys. There we go. Come on. Eat! Crops division has been changed to warrior. Excellent. Alright, let's check out... Alright, let's see what links we can give you. Alright, 83 points. That's a nice start. So we get Strike Raid. That gives us Cure boost, and this gives us Water. Alright, I like the Cure boost, so we're gonna grab that. Water... Attack, water, water, HP boost down there, level 20 down here to get to the Blitz. This gives us attack boost, then to water screen, cure boost, magic boost, combo plus. A lot of combo plus in this team. Alrighty, Buffer. Save really quick before I forget. There we go. And into the second district. Blue is on live right now. Ah! Needies. Although I would appreciate if you, didn't mention, who was live and such like that. It just... It's just not a nice thing to say to streamers. Like, unless it was like, unless I'm like asking is like, who's a streamer I can like, pull in to do like something or rather, unless it's one of those scenarios, sort of unpromptly saying a streamer is live or something like that is just a bit of a... It's weird. Yay, Buffer is leveled up. Alright. And then we head to the fountain, which is over here. Poe is now level 19. Is that everyone? Yep, that's everyone. Oh, he's live to raid. Okay. Well, I was thinking of raiding Mutta, because I've raided Blue a number of times, but I haven't had a chance of raiding Mutta in a while, and they've only started like 40 minutes ago, so normally they're gonna be online for a bit. They're gonna be online for like, you know, 2 or 3 hours. Also, I need to figure out why my internet speed is so low, because right now it's only hit, like, it's having a bit of a fun moment. Like, if I check the stats... Yeah, it's been dropping a number of frames for network purposes. I need to double check why that is, and I think I have a sneaking suspicion as to why. Yep. Yep, I found the reason. Alrighty, pause all. Yep, I was running some seeding in the background, so that was taking up my resources a little bit. There we go. There we go. And let's combine these things, just so then that way we can get through this quicker. I'm not a huge fan of dealing with the penguins, frankly. Alright, another Vibrant Fancy. Catch up with beat and rhythm in the Fountain Plaza. Oh, okay, so that's not 3rd district. That's likely the 4th district then. Which I can't get to from here, it seems. Unless... I've most likely just walked around. Achieve victory in 20 seconds or less. Okay, let's try this one. Alrighty, circle raid. What the fuck? Why are you all shooting me? Oh my goodness. Okay, and we're back here. Alright. Ignore that, because clearly we're not meant to be here. We're meant to be somewhere else. Alright, flick you. There we go.
Take this.
Alright, close to leveling up once again. And since we're heading back into Traverse Town and such, I think I'm entering the side of Kingdom Hearts where it's like, we're gonna very shortly enter in, they're expecting us to do some sort of a grind. Ooh, hello, chest. Thank you. Alright, new recipe. I didn't properly read what recipe it was. Yay, our frog is level something or other. Oh yeah, I should probably swap out Poe for the frog so he can get, like, a lot more attentive. Alright, so we're not going into the hotel. So we must be needing to go through the 4th district to get to where we need to go. Unless we can get through via here. Alright, open this. Excellent. Alright, cool. Yeah, this is the right way. Takes us to the back streets, and then from the back streets, what the fuck happened? I was just targeted by all the rhinoceros beetles, and they were just one at a time shooting at me. So it was just rather pain.
Heal.
There we go. There we go. Alrighty, and...
Heal. Take this.
Why am I stuck here? There we go. Yay, 21, and my magic is increased. Alrighty, and then there should be a, Alright, what's this? Achieve victory without using commands. Easy enough to do!
Take this. Take this. You're done. Take this.
Yeah, once I'm on a corner, it's like, yep.
Take this.
Challenge completed, and I'm pretty sure... Did I already do this challenge? I might have already done this challenge, but the point is I was able to do it again. So yeah, you might need to reboot your... You might need to refresh the web page. Yay, challenge was completed, and I got myself troubling figment and a royal cake for my troubles. Awesome. Alrighty, and then we glide along this river. Just around the river bend.
Heal. Take this.
Alrighty, and more traveling to go. Oh yeah, I should probably use more of the drop me not.
Okay.
There we go. And swap this back out for... I like the circle raid. It's a pretty decent power. Although I am gonna change from Sleepra to spin like a windmill as you rush the enemy, landing multiple hits and possibly igniting. Use magnet force to pull in an enemy, then launch towards its foe. Let's go Blizzara. And then spirits? Let's see. Still not close enough. What about you? You're 72 points. Alright, let's give you water boost then. And Poe, meanwhile... let's see, I can't get you to the level yet because you're not level 20, but I can get myself an attack boost. Are you gaining items to make more partners? I'm not aiming at making more of these guys, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, what the fuck is this? Nudge the spirits along the... Oh, okay. Let's give this a try. So it's filled with water, and I need to... Oop. There we go. No, 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 no. Oh. I effed up there. Well, at least they got some life points and a little bit of XP from that, so. Oh yeah, yep, I've already swapped out from the Drop Me Not to all the different thingy-majiggies it could be.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Why do these frogs have a frying pan? Alright, let's try the wave wing thing. Oh, it's aggressive. I like the spinniness of it, and it does some pretty decent AoE at the end of combos. Fountain Plaza. Here we go. And once again, it's start. Bonk.
Yeah. 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 Freeze. Yeah. Fire. Heal. Yeah. 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 Sorry.
Yay. Alright, rolling. There we go. Hi there, Daz. Welcome to the stream. Yes, we're fighting against Dream Eaters right now.
About time, yo.
And now we're with Rhythm and Beat with us.
What happened to your Dream Eaters?
Don't need them when I've got my game partner. And I don't need you.
Oh,
Sure.
Here we go again.
Sure you
Ago,
don't.
It was, where's Riku? And now the act?
Don't tell him that.
Bwah. What a weird phrase. Bwah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Rhyme. Riku, right?
Are you flirting with
Sorry,
me
my
right now?
partner's acting like a doofus.
I am not. You always
We're in the middle of a fight right now. We do not need to have this weird triangle of like sibling and Riku here.
Yourself. Nobody raises his reputation by lowering others.
Yo, Riku.
They're a crossover from another game too? Wait, so they're not even from like this is the end of the world game. They're from an entirely different game from that as well?
Made of cloth.
Oh my god, we're just leaving the bird there hanging, aren't we?
There's a heart of gold in there somewhere.
Yeah. He's come through for me, so I know what you
See? Rhyme! You didn't just call me a punk again.
Huh?
All right, now we ruffled its feathers. Ready to do this?
Yeah! Me and Rhyme will handle things here.
You go after that thing.
Okay. Cool, I'm going against a boss fight. The creators of Kingdom Hearts and World's End with you is, Wait, are they the same perp?
Take this.
There we go. Also, some of these are weirdly strong. Oh, this just lets me borrow spirits. No thanks.
Freeze! Yeah! Fire! Heal!
Alright, let's see if this will break it. Yes, it does. Awesome. Cool. I am oh so fucking smart. Hey, stop it. Here we go. Dazzy, I think, has played all the Kingdom Hearts games. I'm not entirely sure. I think they have. Hopefully I'm going the right way. Don't let the nightmare get away. Where the fuck is the nightmare? There we go. Riku's now level 22. That's great. Alright, also I'm gonna hit the save thingy-majiggy over here. Because otherwise I know I'm gonna be in trouble if I don't. Let's fucking go.
Quantity versus quality, huh?
But yeah, the whole... But if you're commenting on the fact that, like, oh, the Kingdom Hearts characters have all these crossovers, that's exactly the point of Kingdom Hearts. It is basically... Oh, my goodness, we have to take out these guys. Oh, my goodness. Alright, there we go. I also need to figure out if there's like a treasure magnet feature in this yet, because there's a lot of times where I'm just running to pick up shit. Ding. There we go. Oh, and then there's another one right there I need to also get.
Take this.
Absolutely wasted circle raid. Got him! And I increased my deck capacity as well, so that means I have more abilities I can put in. Or more commands, I should say. Stretching. Sorry. Stretching. Sarah Terror. Awesome. I don't know if I told you, but you played the Kingdom Hearts series already, and you want to play the World's End with me? Wait, is World's End the multiplayer game?
Got it.
Weird. But yeah, I'm marathoning through this shit. I'm gonna be marathoning through this nonsense. Hopefully I'm going the right way. Alrighty, and then you're just doing your own thing. Over into the first district we go. Where is our... Oh. Hit the big rhinoceros. No, don't knock me out like this. Yeah, fuck you. There we go. Absolutely wasted. Yunk. There we go. There we are. Alright, pick up all those things. Alright, did my heals. Alright, next district. I don't know, and why you say the end of the world with me suddenly. I was just sort of meaning, like, I'm probably, like... Where was I in my train of thought? Fuck! I didn't know that the video game This Is the End of the World, or whatever the series is called, like, I didn't know that was, like, a multiplayer or co-op game. But I'm gonna be real. Going through this game and then seeing the characters... It doesn't encourage me to play them. Cookie for Engrel! Welcome to the stream! Glad to have you. Huh, ha. Yep, ha. Rolling, rolling. And obviously this guy is stopping me from using abilities. But he's not stopping me from doing the free flow, which is funny. Alright, edit this deck, swap... Oh, actually I can put this at the bottom here. Put the drop me not there.
Yeah.
Use that ability so it fills up. Back to the command deck we go. Remove that. And we'll put in... Yeah, I think Drain Drive is a good one to put down, so then that way it's like, you know, I gain a little bit of health if I absorb it from the ground enemies.
I got you now. This is my street, yo.
You do not have him.
Sora, you got this.
This is so tired, yo. Every time we chase him down.
I know. But we've got an ally on the other side. Don't worry.
Cool. And then there's Joshua.
Yeah, well, I still don't like it.
You know, you are such a good listener, Beat. You're like a sponge, really.
Me? I'm not a sponge. I'm just me.
Sure you are.
You mean Daisuke Nojo Bito.
Hey! Don't use my full name!
That's a weird name.
Hey!
That's a very long first name as well.
Well, it's time to go.
Hey, Riku. Thanks.
Yeah, stay cool. We'll catch up with you soon.
Mm-hmm. Say hi to Sora.
Sure.
Riku, remember what I say. Be careful.
I was not paying attention to what you were saying.
It's going to lie to you. To try and make you think it's real.
I got it.
What? I don't got it.
You and Sora would break your heads on this one.
What?
Knockout Punch, a Keyblade that lands fewer critical hits but compensates with a strength boost and more frequent reality shifts. Awesome. So we got that over with, and now I have to do that as Sora. I've unlocked the Flick Rush Yummy Cup. Alright, so I need to drop out. And I need to change it from Treasure Front. More prize boxes than usual. So I'm going to go with that one. And... drop and change characters. Yes. So we make Riku go to sleep. Now I have all these dream thingy-madiggies. So we slow down the drop gauge. We gain an attack and magic. We gain all those affinities. I don't think we have that, so we'll get that. Yep, we're gonna claim all these bonuses. Payback and raid and blast. They're counterattacks you can use after an enemy attack sends you flying. After you're sent flying, press square to strike back. Sounds good to me. So yeah, because I've done all these 3 as Sora. So now I need to go back to Traverse Town as Sora. Oh, I'm on the other side of town.
Huh? I'm back in Traverse Town.
Again, it's because you're traveling.
Why, hello
You're not
there,
just
Sora.
randomly popping up in these things. I have to pick these worlds.
You do know you can wait on the ground, right? Come down so we can talk.
Now?
Now? What do you mean now? You're the one who said you were waiting.
You know, you're turning more into Neku every day.
Who the fuck
But
is
listen,
Neku?
I'm glad you two showed up because...
You too? Does that mean Riku's here?
Yes, but you and he are still a world apart. He didn't seem especially worried, though. He knows he'll find you.
Yeah.
Just
Good
look at
for
Neku.
him.
He and the others all found their game partners.
Oh, they're back home safe now?
Remember what I told you. Their existence is on the line. And the Reapers are dead set on erasing them for good. But they found refuge in this world. And luckily, each other too.
Reapers?
Right. If Neku and the others want to get back to where they came from, they need to win the Reaper's game. It's like a series
Hi
of
there,
missions.
Sir Dragon. Welcome to the
rules of
stream.
their
Sorry, I
home
was
ground.
accidentally picking my nose for a moment there.
Jason036
time,
thinks
the
you should
mission
do
is a
20
tough one.
squats.
They're pitted against a Dream Eater that can summon 100 more like it.
Awesome!
So,
Excuse me.
I was sort of
Time to
hoping
do
you and
20
Riku
squats.
could help us out. You have your Keyblades, and with
Oh my
those,
gosh,
you
120
might still have a
squats so
chance.
far.
Well, I'm glad he's here with me.
If he is. Riku's on one side of the portal,
Alright, here we
and you're
go.
on the other. He might be by your side, he might be a million miles away. You can't measure the distance in time or space. Even without the wall between,
1,
it's hard to say.
2, 3,
Don't worry. He's
4,
with me. Even when it might seem
5,
like he's not.
6, 7,
Then you
8,
two are lucky.
9,
You and your friend are lucky too, Joshua.
10, 11,
I appreciate you saying that
12,
with conviction, even though you have
13,
no idea what you're talking about.
14, 15,
Neku and his partner are
16,
pinned down in the fountain.
17,
I can count on you, right?
18,
Always.
19, 20. Thank you for the 20 squats. Alrighty. Okay, so spirits, change the party. So yeah, so that one still has combo plus to go through. This guy is done. He's close to done. Let's see, what needs... So, 200... So close! Jesus! This guy needs to be linked up once. He's got nothing but 100 points kind of stuff left. And then Wibifer needs 200 points for the combo plus. I want to get Leaf Bracer sooner rather than later. So I'll keep Boofer in the team. Drain Drive, Strike Raid, Aerial Slam. Okay, Spark is a Sora only thing. Balloonra will be good. Let's see, Strike Raid, Circle Raid. Alright, let's go Circle Raid. Wait, can I... Yep, Drain Drive, Circle Raid, Aerial Slam, Spark, Zero Gravity, and Kira. Oh yeah, and I can, let's see, Counter Rush. Nope, I don't put it into there. I put it into... Nope. Payback raid. Where did I put payback raid? Ah, here it is. So I have to replace that. Oh, and I have like different decks I can use? Okay. Oh, different Keyblade, that's right. Ferris wheel gives me a bit of a balance. Although I'm probably gonna stick to the dual disc. Alright, so I need to catch up with Neku and Shiki in Fountain Plaza. Which is going to... Oh, I am not up to date on levels. I'm going to need to increase that a little bit.
Let's go.
Womp stomp. There we go. Ooh, chest. I knew I was forget. I knew there was a reason for coming over here, and it's just for a potion. Fourth district, and then from the 4th district, I can get to the Mountain Plaza. Hey, what about you do this one and then sleep? It's the middle of the day. Z-Doggo, there's a... time zones are different. Like, I'm not sleepy. It is the middle of the day. I will be getting close to, like, lunchtime, and I have to, like, you know, have a really strong debate with myself of, do I want to, you know, commit to fasting or not? Which is going to be a very interesting sort of, like, you know, argument in my brain. Because I'm going to be real, a part of me is probably going to lose that argument and be like, fuck it, we're going to get 2 hamburgers and we'll do a proper fasting tomorrow for work. Which is not a... probably not the smarter of the ideas I can do. Jump! Cool, no one's here. Achieve... oh, I've already done that one. I've already done a lot of the challenges here. Alright, over into Fountain Plaza we go.
This is starting to wear me down.
You're just
Can
going
we get
between...
a timeout?
It's because you need to sleep? You should go for a sleep then, doggo. If you're sleepy and I'm not sleepy, I shouldn't sleep. You should sleep.
What?
It should be like, what? Like 8 or 9 p.m. for you now, I think?
Sora? I'll take it from here. No. I don't need your help. Of course you do. Where are your Dream Eaters? How else can you fight? I don't need them anymore.
Oh, that's...
right. Your partner. Well, don't you want to make it out of the game? Who's
Nope,
gonna help
he
her
said
if
the
you get
name. He said the game.
Okay, you win. I'll let you do the sweating.
Alright. It's 11 p.m. for Doggo. Ah, okay. It is 12:45 p.m. for me. Or a.m., sorry. Wait. 12:45 p.m. When you cross over from a.m. it goes to p.m. from the 12 o'clock part.
Yeah, hey, ha. Yeah, light.
Okay, Spark is not that good until I get an upgrade form of it.
Yeah, yeah, ha.
Yoom. There we go. That was a good one. All right, and we got a lot of figments.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, ha. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, ha. Ha, ha. Yeah, yeah, ha. Yeah. Ha, hey, yeah. Yeah. Hey. Hey.
Gotcha. Oh, and then it's like 1:45 for Sydney because for some reason Sydney gets to do daylight savings nonsense. So despite the fact we're closer to the international date line than Sydney is, Sydney decides to push themselves an hour ahead to get ahead of Queensland. It's totally unfair.
He got away.
Sora.
So you must be Neku's partner.
I'm near Melbourne at
Yeah.
GrantZeebs.
I'm Shiki.
Melbourne,
Nice to
sorry.
meet you. Neku told me all about you.
Victoria, New South Wales, they're the same, right?
You should have seen him. He looked everywhere for you.
Like, if I ask Scribbly, he's gonna say they're the same place. You know, Victoria and New South Wales. One's bigger. It's not always about size, Jason. I know that's contradictory, considering the persona I have, this fucking persona, but hear me out. Size isn't everything.
That meter we're after has retreated to the other imagining of this world.
Other imagining? You mean where Riku is?
Yes. He and our other friends will do what they can, but we'll just run ourselves in circles at this rate. We need to trap that thing in one place, and then we can finish it.
Trap it where?
The 3rd district.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Joshua.
Yes, Neku?
Tell me, are we really gonna make it home?
But Neku, I thought you couldn't afford to lose. Give up on yourself, and you give up on the world.
Thank you for these bisexual energies you always exhume. All right, boys, you're gonna sleep now. Have a nice day. Lots of doggo kisses. Not to worry, doggo. Thank you for sticking around as long as you could. I hope you have a wonderful sleep. Don't think too hard about it, and you should be able to sleep all soundly. Should be good. Dun 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 dun. Alrighty, and then doop. Bang. There we go. Oh. Soko Raid should be good. Does this guy just to ignore my strikes when he drops his fins? I think he does. Alright, into the post office we go. Alrighty. Ambush the nightmare in the 3rd district. Okay, cool. So we're going to the 3rd district. There we go. Alright, here we go. Yay, Sora is now level 20. Excellent. Alright, 1st district is up ahead because we went through the post office. And I think the door from District 1 to District 3 is open for us. Yep, it is. Awesome. Cool. Here we go. Let's have a fight.
I got it.
There's the bird.
It's working. He pulled through for us.
And there's all these enemies we have to now fight.
We'll handle things here. You
Oh,
take
cool.
care of the boss.
Will do.
Will do. Let's fucking go. Oh, it's the Jack-in-the-Box baboon again. Spelacan.
Hey, ha, ha. Hey, ha, ha. Hey, yeah, there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ha ha. Yeah, yeah, wait. Yeah, hey, ha, ha.
Uh-oh. No, stop hitting me. Stop hitting me.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Yeah.
Fine, let's use this and get you out of your little shell. I guess, is that the trick? No, it's not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ha, ha, ha. Hey, what? Ha, grip. Yeah, ha, ha. Here. Hey, let's go.
Oh, I'm just going through all of them now, am I?
Yeah, back off. There. Yeah, ha ha. Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah. Together. Yeah, oh, yeah, ha ha. Wait, ha ha. Oh, drip. Yeah, take this. Oh, ha ha. Yeah, ha ha. Ha, back off. Yeah, light. Yeah, ha ha. Yeah,
Did it! And new drop bonuses unlocked because of this fight. Excellent work. Woo! A key!
not again.
Hey, Josh, where'd it go?
Somewhere else. Out of Traverse Town. And out
Thank
of my
you,
reach.
Josh. That is
We'll just
exactly
have to let
what
it go.
we needed to know.
Great.
I could...
So we failed the mission?
Sydney is the biggest capital city, and then it's Melbourne. Okay.
What? Come on, I'm not an actual player. Can't I bend the rules?
Yes.
Well, I guess the rules of the world don't apply if your hearts are connected. Right, Sora? That's how you roll.
Right. Then it's set.
Woo! Brisbane number 3! Let's go! Let's fucking do this. Brisbane number 3. Let's get to number 2.
Sora.
Hmm?
Thanks. It
Dun,
wasn't
dun,
easy.
dun, dun.
You made
Dun,
it easy.
dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
Wow, Neku, you've changed.
Huh? You think?
Yeah, you're less dorky.
What?
Once you find your friend, Sora, you should come hang out in our town.
Definitely. See you in Shibuya.
Sure. It's a deal.
Anything I should pass on to Riku?
Nah. I'll see him soon.
Ping! Knockout punch again. Awesome. Probably not going to use it, I'm going to be frank with you.
You big son!
Thug works for me. We all got a role to play, right?
Oh.
Gosh, at least he's honest in a dishonest way.
Silence! No underling of mine shall be insulted so. I have great plans for dear Pete and for all the worlds. once I have taken them for my own.
And I've got bad news for you. That day's never gonna come.
Perhaps you should take a few moments to reconsider. Or does the Queen's life mean nothing to you at all?
Mickey! Don't you listen to her! You can't let Maleficent have her way!
No! Minnie! All right, Maleficent. Tell us what you want.
Let me see. Shall I begin with this world? I much preferred it in its darker, more ominous permutation.
You said it. This place needs some lights out time.
You're lying, Maleficent. Not even you would go through this much trouble just for that.
She's petty enough to, I imagine, though.
Very perceptive. I presume you are familiar with Xehanort, the man who led me to discover worlds outside of my own.
Which one, though? There's been, like, at least 3 different Xehanorts we've had to deal with.
As do you, I see. Yes, he shared everything with me. How to go about winning a heart over to the darkness. And, most gloriously, about the 7 hearts of pure light. The ones that would grant me the power I need to conquer all worlds. However, the worlds were too complex. Too much for even me to contain. It seemed I had miscalculated. Then it came to me. Of course, I could go about conquering other worlds in my own manner. You do have the data for all the worlds, do you not? And now you will hand it
Oh yeah, because of the fucking Jiminy Cricket's diary. It went into a digital world or something.
You don't remember? Me and Maleficent was trapped inside it. Now cough it up.
Why do you want the data?
I'm afraid that is no concern of yours.
Research purposes, most likely.
Wouldn't want a royal Minnie Mousiness to get a boo-boo now, would we?
I see you.
You're gonna get a thumping in a few minutes.
The futility of your situation. Very well. Face your doom!
Hey, it's Axel! Excellent work. Cookie for Jason. Hopefully Jason got his cookie.
Maleficent, you lose.
Say, milady, I think the pipsqueak's right. We better hit the road.
I now know that what I seek lies within these walls. Trust that I will eliminate you in good time.
Hey, wait for me, Maleficent. Wait!
Stretching time sponsored by
used
Jason.
The darkness to get here? Reckless.
Stretching time!
Oh, gosh. I didn't expect you to save us. Axel.
Axel didn't. My name is Lee.
Hi, Lee. Okay, why do you have an A for your Lee? Yes, I've got it memorized. A glossary entry that discusses the 7 princesses. Recoded! Jiminy was surprised to find a mysterious message in one of his journals, which was supposed to be blank. Their hunting will be mended when you return to end it. To help better understand the message, King Mickey created a datascape from the worlds within the journal, but the datascape was riddled with bugs, and the king had to rely on the digital version of Sora to debug the journal from the inside. While exploring the Destiny Island's datascape, a figure in a black coat...
Jason036 thinks you should do 20 squats.
A figure in a black coat explained that uncovering the keyholes was the only way to mend the worlds. Sora found the keyholes in Traverse Town and used it to reach the next world. As he did, a new message appeared in the journal back at Disney Castle, and the king was alarmed to discover the castle was being invaded by Heartless. Worse yet, he and the others were now trapped in the library. Again, Sora came face to face with a figure in the black coat, and this time, when he followed the stranger, he found himself in the same room as King Mickey and the others. How had they wound up in the same place? The figure in black coat turned out to be a digital digital version of Riku, who explained what was going on. He had been chosen by the journal as a backup storage to protect its data. Now, Riku and the journal were one and the same, and he had fought Mickey and the others into the datascape to help solve the mysterious message. Just then, someone took over the pathway between the datascape and the real world. There was no way out. Sora set off to repair more worlds and secure a way home for his friends. It turned out Maleficent and her henchman, Pete, were the culprits. They were plotting to release the darkness inside this datascape into the real world. Sora tried to stop her, but she destroyed his Keyblade and kidnapped Riku. The king went after Riku, and Sora went after the king. Sora's friendship with Donald and Goofy gave him the power to recreate the Keyblade. Pete had infected Riku with bugs and tried to pit the two friends against each other, but after a short fight, the infected Riku collapsed. Sora dove into Riku's datascape to save his friend, and defeated Maleficent inside. However, it wasn't until he took out his own Heartless, the original bug which was threatening to delete the whole datascape, that the journal was finally restored. But because restoring the journal was tantamount to overwriting all records of this newest journal, Data Sora and King Mickey had to say goodbye. However, the mysterious message was still a mystery. Back in the real world, King Mickey and the others received a message from Data Riku that extra data has been found. They would need Data Sora's help one last time. The extra data was a special world designed to make Sora learn how to cope with hurt. When Data Sora was finally ready to accept that hurt, Naminé appeared before him. She explained that inside him were special memories that belonged to people connected to the real Sora, people who were hurting. The mysterious message was her way of reaching out to him and preparing him for the truth. King Mickey promised Naminé that they would undo all that hurt. Back in the real world, he wrote a letter to the real Sora and explained there were others out there that only Sora could save. Cool. Squatting time. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thank you for the 20 squats, Jason. All right, so I've got all those completed. Alrighty. Oh god, the difficulty jumps. Alright, let's see how well we do with Sora. Ready, set, dive. Pick up on 500 Bowsers. There we go.
Here we go. Yeah. 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 Yeah.